Hi there. Today we're going to discuss complex fractions and unit rates. Objectives and standards. Today we're going to simplify complex fractions and we're going to find unit rates. As our standards, we're going to compute unit rates associated with ratios of fractions, including ratios of lengths, areas, and other quantities measured in like or different units. And then we're going to solve real-world and mathematical problems involving the four operations with rational numbers. The vocabulary you're going to need to know for today is complex fraction. Simplify complex fractions. Fractions like 1/3 over 1/2 are called complex fractions. Complex fractions are fractions with one or more fractions in the numerator, denominator, or both. Complex fractions are simplified when both the numerator and denominator are integers. How to simplify a complex fraction. Step 1. Write the complex fraction as a division problem. Step 2. Multiply by the reciprocal. And step 3. Simplify. Example 1. Simplify 1/3 over 1/2. So we're going to recall that a fraction can be written as a division problem. So 1/3 over 1/2 is the same thing as saying 1/3 divided by 1/2. Next, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So the first number stays the same, division turns to multiplication, and the second number turns into its reciprocal, so we're flipping it. Then we can simplify, so 1/3 times 2 over 1 equals 2/3. So 1/3 over 1/2 is equal to 2/3. Notice that the numerator and denominator are both integers, so it's simplified. Our goal is to make sure that these are integers and not fractions anymore. Example 2, 1/4 over 2. So we're going to write 1/4 over 2 as 1/4 divided by 2. Now we can multiply by the reciprocal, so 1/4 stays the same, division turns into multiplication, and the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. Now I can simplify by multiplying, so 1/4 times 1/2 equals 1/8. So 1/4 over 2 is equal to 1/8. Here's example number 3. Josiah can jog 1 1/3 miles in a quarter hour. Find his average speed in miles per hour. So we want how many miles can he jog in 1 hour. So you're going to write a rate that compares the number of miles to the number of hours. So our rate is miles over hours. So 1 1/3 over 1/4. Then I can take that complex fraction, write it as a division problem. 1 1/3 divided by 1/4. So I'm going to write my mixed numbers as improper fractions so I can multiply and divide. So 1 1/3 is 4/3 and everything else stays the same. Then I can multiply by the reciprocal if they're both fractions. So 4/3 times the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4 over 1. Now I can simplify, so that's 16 over 3 or 5 1/3. So Josiah jogs at an average rate of 5 1/3 miles per hour. The next thing we're going to talk about is simplifying fractional percents. And what I want you to remember is that percents are out of 100. So whenever you see a percent that has a fraction part of it, you're going to write the percent over 100. That's the definition of percent. Percents are out of 100. Step 2, you're going to write the complex fraction as a division problem. Step 3, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal, and then step 4, you're going to simplify. So these steps are the same as a complex fraction. The only thing we added was that you take the percent and put it over 100. So example 4, write 33 1/3 as a fraction in simplest form. So I have 33 1/3 percent. Definition of percent means it's out of 100. So I have a 33 1/3 over 100. Then I'm going to take that fraction, turn it into a division problem. So I have 33 1/3 divided by 100. Now what I can do next is I'm going to write all my mixed numbers as improper fractions so I can multiply and divide them. So 33 1/3 is 100 over 3 because we multiplied 3 times 33, added 1, that's 100, and the denominator stays the same. So now we can multiply our two fractions and we get 1/3. So 33 and a third percent is equal to 1/3. I have one more example for you um, on the fractions, fractional percents. So we're going to write 6 and 1/4 as a fraction in simplest form. So the first thing we're going to do is, by definition of percent, we're going to take our percent, put it over 100. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as a division problem. So 6 and 1/4 divided by 100. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all mixed numbers as improper fractions. So 6 and 1/4 is the same thing as saying 25 over 4. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. The denominator stays the same. And 100 is the same thing as saying 100 over 1. Now that I have two fractions, now I can multiply by the reciprocal. So I have 25 over 4 stays the same. Division turns into multiplication. And the reciprocal of 100 over 1 is 1 over 100. So now I can simplify by multiplying. I got 1 over 16. So 6 and 1/4% as a fraction is 1/16. Hope that video was helpful, because today we simplified complex fractions and found unit reads. Thank you. Bye.